The Ann Arbor area is known for its college football. However, this spring, the pros are making their presence known. The United States Football League is starting their season soon and practicing in Ypsilanti. With me is Mike Malach, the Executive Director of Ann Arbor Sports Commission, to discuss about the USFL. Welcome, Mike.
Good afternoon. Thanks for having me.
Now, maybe people are not too familiar. What is exactly the Ann Arbor Sports Commission?
So we're part of the Convention and Visitors Bureau of Ann Arbor. We cover the whole county, but our main goal is to bring in sporting events to the county, from the youth to amateur to collegiate to the professional level. We try to drive the economic impact of all the visitors coming in, and just try to deliver some entertainment for all the residents of the county.
And then what exactly is your role, and what made you interested in having this role?
Yeah, I'm the executive director, so I run the sports commission. I spent almost 22 years in college athletics, and this opportunity came up about 4 years ago. And I thought it would be a nice way to, slow down my life a little bit from the rigors of college athletics and do some good things for the county. I've always had this passion to be involved in sports, obviously, but part of it is to just do something good for the community and develop some things that people can be proud of. So I thought this would be a great opportunity to try to reach some of those goals.
Well, it's not too slow of an life, because I see you're on the go quite literally right now in your car.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
you must be having a busy day already.
Yeah, we're busy. Since the pandemic has kind of let loose now, youth sports specifically, it really never let down. So we've been very busy with booking events and bringing activities into the county, from Ypsilanti and out to Chelsea and Dexter. And yeah, it's a lot of meeting, a lot of staying in touch with people and just creating the opportunities and let them know that we're here for anything they want to try to do.
That's awesome. And now the big event, or a series of events, is the USFL is in the area. Casual fans may be remembering the USFL like back in like the 70s
Mhm.
and 80s as a football league. What are they exactly nowadays, and what are they doing in the area?
Yeah, the USFL, if you remember, was way back when Herschel Walker got his start. He was like the big trade that set the whole world on fire when they started. The USFL restarted last year. They started with all 8 teams competing in Birmingham, Alabama. They're really trying to do this thing right to make sure there's financial stability in the 8 teams, and get this thing set up so that there is some future with it. So this year they've moved to 4 sites. Ypsilanti and Detroit have chosen as one of them. We'll be hosting the Michigan Panthers and the Philadelphia Stars, and they're doing all their practicing, all their training, everything is going on in Ypsilanti, and then the games will be at Ford Field starting early April.
Now, how did this arrangement happen? Did you guys reach out to the USFL or vice versa, or a common interest as far as, hey, we have the space, you need the space, let's make it happen?
Well, I want to plug the Detroit Sports Commission a little bit here. They had reached out to them because of the games they wanted to play at Ford Field, and they didn't really have the capabilities from a practice standpoint and a facility standpoint. So they made a call to us and said this might be a better fit for the Ypsilanti Ann Arbor area. So we started those conversations with them. This has been going on for a long time. As you can imagine, there's a lot of I's and a lot of T's to cross in this, getting them set up. And we finally got all the contracts signed a couple weeks ago, and the coaches moved in 2 weeks ago, and the players moved in last week, and their first practices were the Monday of this week. So it's been a long road. I want to call on Megan Hughes, who's my director, and she did a lot of work to get this whole thing set up, and spent a lot of time meeting with their executives and their team to just find them a home in Washtenaw County.
And where are they practicing? I know it says Ypsilanti, but where exactly at?
They're practicing at Rainerson Stadium on Eastern Michigan's campus. It was the most viable spot for them. It's got the turf. They've got the training facilities they'll need. They will be using the weight room in some capacity and some of the athletic training facilities. That's the stuff they're lacking here. They're housed in hotels right now, and they rented some office space to do all their meetings and, team meetings, player meetings, and film work and all that. But the bulk of their work will be done on Eastern's campus.
So they're not living on campus either. They're not
No.
having the dorm experience. They're offsite from
Oh,
that.
the bulk of the team and the players are at the Kensington Hotel. They'll be staying. The players are staying there for the first 20 plus days, and then they get an option of either finding a rental or moving to a hotel or staying where they are. But the staff, the coaches, and all the other staff will be staying there the whole time.
And now, as far as the practices, are any of these practices going to be open to the public for anyone to check out?
The general practices are not. I'm guessing we still haven't worked out all those details on public type appearances and things, but there may be a practice here or two that will be open to public, but you'll see an announcement on that. But right now they are closed practices.
Now, are there going to be familiar names? I know, we have a lot of football fans in the area, with University of Michigan. Eastern Michigan has been very successful of late as far as providing pro caliber players. Is there any names that'll stand out that will be in the area?
I don't know if the names will stand out as much, but there are 4 local players on the Panthers team. There's 1 from Michigan State, 1 from Michigan, and 2 from Eastern Michigan on that team. I don't know to remember the names off the top of my head, but there is some local representation on that team. The Stars don't have nearly the local representation, but the Panthers do.
And now, are they having pro-esque more further pro, or is this like their league self-contained, or is there dreams of continuing to the NFL? How's that exactly working out for them?
Yeah, I would consider this their stepping stone to the big show. Everybody wants to be in the NFL when they're training and they're college football players. This is going to give them a chance to expand their skills, expand their abilities, and showcase what they can do to the rest of the league. So some of these guys, they're lower tier guys trying to make it, just trying to make it. Hopefully, I don't know the background of how many guys have come out of the USFL last year that got NFL opportunities, but I'm sure that's definitely what they're looking at, is trying to get an NFL opportunity at whatever they do here.
And then by lower tiers, no insult to them. By lower tier,
Absolutely not.
they're still way above you and I or anybody else
Yes,
in athletic prowess. They're not just like
exactly.
anybody off the street.
Yeah, when you get drafted, you get drafted. That means you can play football. I don't care if you get drafted by the XFL, the USFL, or the NFL. The guys that are playing can play, and it's good football to watch. It's a little unique. They got some different rules in the NFL that the average fans got to look into and watch, but it's still good football.
Do you know what some of the rule changes? I know they tweak them throughout, but do you know some of those rule changes?
Yeah, they have some different ways they handle kickoff, which is one of the weird things. And then their extra point system is a little different. It's not necessarily just the extra point kick. They kind of tier it by yardage, and you get points based on what you decide to do. So
there's no lead safe in the USFL.
correct, right. Their onside kick is different. Where in the NFL, an onside kick is almost virtually impossible to finish up. So they do things to make sure that they keep the excitement in the game, they keep the fans involved, and the players like it too, I'm sure, because it just always gives them a chance.
And starting in April, correct?
Correct.
And now all the games are being played there. Half the games, I forget how that works. I know it was a neutral site in Birmingham. Now, is there just a handful of games, like half and half, between the Birmingham site and the Detroit site?
No, they'll be playing all their home games in Ford Field, and then their road games will be at the other 3 sites. One is in Canton, and I don't remember off the top of my head the other 2, but the Michigan Panthers will be playing an extra game because they'll play the Philadelphia Stars, who also have Ford Field as their home game. So they'll actually have a road game, even though they're playing at Ford Field when they play the Stars. So, yes.
Okay, I got it now. I thought it was my mistake. I thought it was just 2 separate sites. They're expanding to 4 sites overall.
Right, correct. There's 2 teams at 4 different sites this year.
Gotcha. And all the games are at Ford Field. And do you know roughly, they said mid-April, or how's that around the draft time?
The first home game is April 30th. I think it's at 4:00. That's the first Panthers home game. I did not look at the Philadelphia Stars because we'll be cheering for the Panthers as our home team here. So,
of course,
they have 2 games before that on the road. So it'd be the 2 weeks prior to would be the first start. But April 30th is officially the first home game at Ford Field, and I believe it's a 4:00 game.
And then how long does season last you? All throughout the spring and summer, correct?
Yeah, they have 10 weeks, and then
And
they have the playoffs. So the playoffs, I think, are 3 or 4 weeks after that. I think mid-June, like the second weekend of June, would be the championship game.
then perfect. Your summer's already lined up, and then turns right over to college and the NFL.
Yep, exactly. You
Nonstop
get about a
football.
month off. Then we start NFL training camps and colleges start all up. So, yep.
And have you met some of the players yet, or have you got a chance yet?
I have not. I was actually out of town on business traveling last week when they moved in, but Megan was there checking them all in, and we'll get some time. They've got some clinics we're working on with the community. We're trying to do some youth camps with them and a couple opportunities to showcase the players and the team. So we're still working on some of those details, but we're hoping within, here before, the end of May, we get some stuff that can introduce the players a little more to the community and some of the kids.
And where would you be the best way to find out the more events, or not more events, but the player introductions and things like that? Would it be through the USFL website, through you guys? Where would be the best place to find that out?
Yeah, it'll most likely be on both sites. It'll be on the Michigan Panthers site and then AnnArborSports.com or .org. I'm sorry. We'll have any postings up there of anything we're doing, and you can find it on our social media too, on our Twitter and our Instagram sites.
Now, football's not the only thing you guys cover. Ann Arbor Sports, they have a whole litany of sports going on throughout. So
Correct.
Where are some of the future events are going on that the Sports Commission is hosting?
Yeah, so this summer, this summer we're hosting the AGGA, which is American Junior Golf Association. It'll be their first time in Ann Arbor. That'll be at Leslie Park in the last week of July. That's a big event for us. It's 96 kids under 18 from the United States and around the world. There's several kids from international countries playing this tournament. Then additionally, we're going to host probably somewhere in the range of about 600 youth baseball and softball games throughout the summer. We run a lot of the events over at EMU using their facilities. That starts the first weekend in May and runs through the end of July. But that's our big stuff for this summer, and then we'll flow into the fall and winter and start focusing on other things.
And it's nonstop, because that's why you're in the car going from one spot to the next to the next, right?
Right. We'll have a lot of things in the fall. We do a lot of youth hockey. There's some figure skating events. We do a lot with the colleges. This is a big year for us because the NCAA bids open up for this year for 26 through 30. So we'll be looking at bidding on NCAA championships with Eastern Michigan and Michigan. We partner with both universities on a lot of those bids, but we'll be looking at opportunities at all levels, from the Division III all the way up to Division I and their championships. So,
wow, where would be the best spot to get all the latest information? It sounds like a lot's going on. So where's the best spot to go find out?
Yeah, the best thing to look is at AnnArborSports.org. We have a full calendar of events listed on there. We highlight all the major events. If there's anything that is happening on there, it'll be on there for sure.
And is there anything else you'd like to add?
I just, if you're looking to get involved or anything, we're always looking for volunteers. We're always looking for people that are interested in doing things. The best thing, again, is we have a link on AnnArborSports.org. If you're interested, just fill out the form, send it over, and we'll reach out to you. But we're always looking to try to get the community involved in some of these events. When we have these youth events and we have people around town and they show up and their families get to see and hear about the community, it makes the event even better for everybody attending. So if you're interested, just reach out and AnnArborSports.org.
Well, thank you so much for your time. And obviously you're a busy man. You got to hit the road here soon. So
I appreciate it.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Thank you for having me.
For more on our program and services, visit a2gov.org/CTN. Thank you for joining us.
Detroit, Motown, Motor City, sports fans and football fanatics. Blue collar? Yeah, we're blue collar, and we're tough as nails. And we're known for our comebacks as a city, as a state, and in the stadium. We're a city built on hard work, dedication, and passion. And now, we're bringing some passion back. This season, the USFL comes back to where it all began, back where it belongs, Detroit, Michigan. What does that mean for us, football fans of the Great Lakes State? More action, more rivalries, more football, professional football on Fox and NBC. It means a positive impact on the community, economy, and our city's winning ways. Where champions are born and legends are formed. All in a world-class venue, offering a world-class fan experience. Get ready, Detroit. A new era of professional football is here. United by football. The United States Football League.